Let's make some shrunken head cider. I got this recipe out of the Beetlejuice 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 Cookbook. So for this recipe, I actually decided to double it because I had quite a few people coming over and I wanted to make sure that I had plenty of cider. So we're gonna start off with 2 64-ounce apple cider jugs and just pour those right into the crock pot. And then we're gonna take 1/8 a teaspoon of nutmeg. If you double it, you're gonna wanna do 1/4 a teaspoon. And then 3 cinnamon sticks. I just used a whole thing of them. I didn't realize that cinnamon sticks are kind of expensive. So this is definitely the most expensive part of this recipe, but it was definitely worth it. I think you could probably swap it out for just powdered cinnamon if you wanted as well. But the cinnamon sticks did add kind of a cute little look to the cider as well. So if you are looking for a more cost-effective option, I'd say go with just powdered cinnamon. If you don't care, then I'd say definitely stick with the cinnamon sticks. Then we're going to put in some star anise pods. If you've never had this before, it kind of smells like black licorice and they're actually quite cute. So I did 4, and then we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of whole cloves. Okay, so the only thing I did not double was the nutmeg. So I did do 2 tablespoons of whole cloves. The original recipe called for 1. And then we're going to take an orange and we're gonna slice it up and just go ahead and lay the slices right on top. Cover that crock pot and then make sure to cook it on high for 1 hour. I just couldn't get over how gorgeous those oranges looked inside there. And then the really fun part about this is that you actually carve some apples into skeletons. And I didn't necessarily want to spend the time carving a whole bunch of skeleton apples. And so I decided to make a little contest with my friends and have them all try to make the best skeleton, which turned out to be really fun. Everyone got super into it. If you did have to carve all of these by yourself, it really wouldn't take that long. It wouldn't be that big of a deal. But it was way more fun doing it this way. You could kind of have everyone carve their own for their own drink. Some were better than others at it. So you're just gonna take your skeleton apple and put it in your glass and then pour in your apple cider. You can do it where you're kind of straining it, or you can pour all the things in. Put in an orange wedge at the top. It was so cute. I did use my apple, which wasn't really that good, and I gave it eyebrows. Skeletons don't have eyebrows, but that's okay. This was so fun. And then this recipe is non-alcoholic, so I decided to make an alcoholic version. I added some Fireball. This was kind of a different way of doing it. I put the apple in this glass that was definitely way too small for it, and then poured the apple cider over the top. And I love the way this looks. Drinking out of this glass wasn't the easiest, but the best part is that the apple soaks up the cider and it's just so yummy. And then, of course, look how cute my aunt and my cousin look as they were doing the judging. They had prizes. They did the best apple. You tried your best booby prize apple. And they did the scariest apple. Overall, if you're looking for a fun activity to do for Halloween party, just get a big bag of apples from Costco. Get everyone carving. You can make this cider ahead of time. It was super, super easy. I actually did have some left over that I just put in the fridge and I drank cold the next day. It was equally as good cold, and I would definitely make this again. I would say overall this whole experience was like a 30 out of 10. Make sure that you're liking and you're subscribing, you're following along for all these fun recipes. I've got a bunch of other recipes coming up for Halloween to get you ready for your parties. So make sure that you follow along, and we'll see you on the next video.